morning, a bird awoke and wondered, am I? Or am I not? Am I? Or am I not? Now, this was such a brand new thought and so scarily true on top of that this little particular bird brain opted to jot it down. Then he stared down at the now not blank page he wrote upon, nursed his words to best express the thoughts he doted on, and as he scribbled along, this little particular bird brain decided that he was. So he became. See, he manifested his destiny and joined the rest of us in reality, if you could really call it that. See, his meager mind merely imagined he could write, so he could, and he did. He sent his thoughts to the page through his pen like a sieve and undid all those knots that got caught up in his nest, that had gathered up trash and attracted so many pests. And the rest he just wrote some of the most splendid verse you've ever freaking heard. Every syllable, noun and verb, all considered and reconsidered and reconsidered. This bird brain deftly arranged letters on a page and placed them just so to ebb and flow like the bestest nest in the poetry. And one particular neighbor in this shady poetry was the bee. She was a single letter, no less than the other nor better. She was tiny with a long spine and two curvy wings on the right side that sit on her Botticelli hip, and she was beautiful and buxom and a bit bashful. And one particular evening over tea, the bird politely suggested for the betterment of the bee that she take some time to open her eyes and see. He said, "The world you know is so very tiny. This great 11 by 8 lined landscape that you call home is just the place where my thoughts can race and gallop apace and mate like horses. Oh, I have mad discourses and intercourses with underaged, underdeveloped ideas that awkwardly meet in the street of my mind, and then when time finally finds them lovers, I'll buy a nice home somewhere behind my eyes. And I'll mull them over, ponder, discover, and they'll live there the rest of their lives. And in old age, after consideration and reconsideration and reconsideration, they'll sleep in peace upon the page." Oh, it thrills and chills and makes my heart race as it beats with the heat of a hummingbird's pace, said the bird, who was in fact not a hummingbird, but a penguin. Because everyone knows penguins are the coolest birds around. And I don't want to hear a sound about penguins not living in trees. They live in poetries. I'll go on now, if you please. Now, upon hearing these words of inspiration spout from the mouth of this particular bird, the bee began being and buzzed her way off the page. That's a pretty big deal. All of a sudden, I can think and feel, and for the briefest of moments, she lived and then sourly left her legacy secure in the leg of this particular bird. And it hurt really bad, and the bird started feeling heartbreakingly sad and awoke the next morning and wondered, how will my being be remembered? By all the pain my actions incurred, the fact I went back on my word, whether by my gains or my losses, all the pain that I caused, will I be judged for whatever I could never be? Or maybe for those briefest of moments when all those woes were kind of consoled by my poetry. And that particular evening, every bird and bee in the poetry, and every girl and boy, as far as the eye could see, awoke and wondered, am I? Awoke in wonder, or am I not? And knew not what to do with all this new wonder and awe that dropped their jaw right out of their head, but that bird simply said, these ideas of mine in time will catapult themselves from behind my eyes, and they'll slip down to my heart, and they'll pump with my blood, my essence, my being, and continue to flood all around me and through me and back into my guts, where I churn them, discern them, and muster the courage to spit them back up and out. They shoot through my mouth as I sing what I think, and I let it all out, and some birds don't like it. They fight it. They say, put it back inside and hide it. But I can't. No, I won't, because they come out on their own, and no one can do anything about it. Thank you, guys.